What's going on? It's your boy Lawrence Cain Jr., financial coach and host of the Money Mondays podcast. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. Super excited to be back. Hopefully you had a great week. Hopefully you're ready to start a new week the right way, man. Just again, always good to be with you all. We had a phenomenal weekend. Spoke at University of Cincinnati's MoneyCon conference. Definitely shut that down. I was the keynote. That's something I've been doing with them for a couple years now. So it went well. We got some of the participants books, and man, it's just always great to be working with the next generation, right? These kids are at college trying to figure it out, and shout out to UC for even putting on these type of events. And they always think of me when they do it, and so I mean it was definitely dope, and man, again, just super happy to be in the midst of it. So again, shout out to them. Remember, we are having our financial empowerment workshop virtually on November 16th, so you definitely need to register for that. Go to abundanceuniversity.net. It's also obviously in the show notes and in the description below, but man, you definitely want to get on there because, I mean, you can pay as little as $1. Like, why wouldn't you get on there? You feel me? So we're going to be talking about income streams. Like, we're going to be talking about how to really add different income streams to your household without having to do a lot of new work, right? It's going to be based on what you're currently doing. So definitely, again, sign up today at abundanceuniversity.net and get to it, man. So today's episode is really going to be geared towards, again, I'm very much in the space of, I want us to be thinking forward. I want us to be thinking ahead of time. I want us to prepare, right? I used to do this talk at some of the local schools, and it was the 3 P's, right? You wanna plan, prepare, and perform, right? So as we go into 2024, we are in the planning stage, right? But we also need to transition from that planning stage to the preparation, right? So the planning stage is really about just laying out what you want, right? The preparation stage is talking about the seeds. What do I need to do in order to be ready for what I'm planning for? And then obviously performing is just executing and doing what you need to do, right? When the day happens or comes that you need to make the call, you make the call, right? So again, as we go from planning to prepping, right? Let's get into one of the reasons why we don't transition well or transition at all. And it's overthinking. This key thing, right? There's a lot of us that have friends that we say they're indecisive and they don't make decisions. Part of that is because they're overthinking, right? And you may be somebody who overthinks. You're overanalyzing the situation, right? You're thinking of all of these different scenarios on what could happen and what could go wrong. And what if this isn't the right thing? And what if... I'm here to tell you right now, stop overthinking. Do what Nike does. Just do it. Because you need the results. I think about where I'm at in business. I'm successful in business because I don't overthink. I just do it. If I have a thought or if I have a plan, I'm trying to execute as fast as possible so I can get the feedback as fast as possible so I can make the tweaks. A lot of you are not going to change up what you're doing as far as how you make money, as far as how you save money, as far as how well you manage your credit. A lot of you won't change it up in a way that's drastically different than what you do. But the small tweaks that you know you should be doing, you're overthinking it. You're literally overthinking something that's going to only take you but a mere moment of your week, right? Think about how long a week is. Obviously, it goes by fast when we get to, Friday. But when you look at how many hours there are in a week, and you're overthinking a decision that when you decide to actually do it, it's not even going to take you 10% of your week. Whatever it is, whether it's, again, contacting the bank, whether it's applying for a new job, whether it's, sending an email, whether it is sitting down and looking at your finances, whether it's determining your budgeting style, whether it is figuring out what is your next move. Why are we overthinking? Why are you making something that is so simple, so complex? Got to ask yourself that. Where does it come from? And then what are you going to do to get out of your own way? Right? Don't overthink anymore when it comes to our financial goals. Put the plan in place and then get to the preparation stage as soon as possible. You should know what you need to do, because too many of us focus on the plan. Like, we plan. But are we actually prepared? Like, again, you want that new job. Are you prepared? Is your resume updated? Right? You want that new contract. Are you ready for 10x growth? Right? Like, you say you need you need an assistant. Do you know what that assistant is going to do? Do you have your SOPs in order? Right? If the answer is no, then again, you got to get to we got to focus on that preparation stage. So we can't overthink the preparation piece, because that one piece of information that we are overthinking about, it's super simple once we do it. Like, again, you just think about even getting to where you are now. The things that you did, it didn't take a lot of time. But sometimes we get so caught up in the planning to do something, then we can't even execute. We can't even perform, because we too stuck analyzing the plan. Like, oh, let me run it by somebody. Like, stop, right? You ain't got to run it by everybody, right? Put some people in your life, put them in place to where you can send them an email or a message. My guy, shout out to Tony, my boy Tony Jones, who does real estate, right? Like, we had conversations all the time, and we both are like, man, just knock it out. Like, you got, like, we're not over analyzing. And he'll send me stuff like, I want you to check this out. I give my feedback, bam, let's get it. Like, we're not about to keep having this back and forth. Like, he once I give you my feedback, he's not, well, you think I should make another one like this? Like, should I make a different one? Like, no, go with this. This already look good, right? Like, so shout out to those who are, you do have these things in place, but it's like there's certain parts of our life where we're overanalyzing. I'll be very transparent. I overanalyze when I'm making like, before I make calls to college, I'm overanalyzing, like, who's the right contact I should call. And it's like, man, just make contact. It should be the first person that I see. Because even if I'm making a contact, right, with a person on the phone, chances are they're either going to be one of two people. Somebody that can help me or somebody who can't. It's simple, right? So once I get that information, if there's somebody that can help me, good. If it's somebody that can't help me, that's good too, because now I can ask them who's in charge. But the problem is, and again, I'm speaking from my own issues. My problem is I'm too busy trying to figure out who should I contact in this department. I found the department. Call any of them, right? That's what I should be doing. And that's what again, as you're watching and listening to this, I'm already in my bag when it comes to that now. Like, my goal now is to make 5 calls a day for 4 days out the week. I don't care what, and what I'm doing is I'm just deciding which days to do it on. And the problem that I had in the past is I would say, yeah, I'm going to make 5 calls a day, but I never put it on the calendar. I never blocked out the time. So what happens is when you don't block out the time, something else can creep in on that time and take it. And the same thing is happening to you. You're saying it in your mind. You're planning it in your mind, but you allow other things to take precedent over that. And it's like, no, you have to prioritize your prosperity. You need to prioritize your future. You need to prioritize your performance. Because if you're not performing at a high level, none of your goals are going to come true. None of your goals are going to actually come to you because you're focused on other things that are taking you away from what you're supposed to be doing. So as you go forward, again, we're close to 2024, and I love using time as that just, that stamp, because it allows us to just flow into our future. But again, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're overthinking. You're too busy, and you're holding on to what is currently happening. You're comfortable right now. So when you one of the pieces of overthinking is also you're thinking about how it's going to be different than what you're comfortable with now. Of course, it's going to be different whether you want it to be or not. So you might as well just control the controllables and embrace the change, because you want change. You want different. Like some of us want a new house. Some of us want a new car. Some of us want to take a vacation that we've never taken, right? And that includes, being out of the country for longer. So we got to plan for not only going out the country, we got to plan for our kids here and just all these different things. Make the plan and then get to the preparation part as soon as possible. Prepare yourself for your prosperity, man. Like, quit playing around. Quit thinking that because I'm at this pace, I'm at this space now, and everything's going good. I don't want to create any friction in my life, man. Friction gonna come regardless, right? You don't want to get told no. You fear rejection. You're gonna get told no anyway. I'd rather let somebody else tell you no. That's one of the principles in my business book. Let somebody else tell you no. Don't tell yourself no on your own goals, on your own dreams. Like, that does not make sense. And especially for those of you watching this and listening to this and you got kids, you're supposed to double down on yourself because they're watching. My son sees me grinding. He sees when I'm tired and I'm still trying to work through things. I'm still getting up at 5:30 in the morning to go work out on Fridays when I really want to sleep in. And it's like, no, I'm pushing through. Like, I'm down here recording. I can be upstairs with my kids right now, just being real, right? But it's like, no, I said I was gonna do something, so I gotta do it. So I'm not overthinking. I'm not like, oh man, I couldn't record earlier, and earlier was a big mess that I created, right? Like, I was doing too much and was in stores longer than I thought, preparing for a trip. You feel me? So I'm like, man, but it's like, ain't no excuse. You said you was gonna get back podcasting. You already missed 1 week. So, So I ain't missing no more weeks this year, bro. Like, I'm not overthinking. All right, when can I do it? I got time. So let's get to it. So I just want to, again, convey to you all, don't overthink. Don't overthink this process. You know exactly what to do. You just need to do it. You need to be like Nike. You need to just do it. Because I promise you, on the other side of just doing it is going to be feedback that you can take that's going to get you closer. Whether it's what you want or not, right? Like, whether the feedback is what you expected it to be or not, you need that feedback so you can get closer to identifying what you need to be doing. All right? So, again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Money Mondays podcast. I hope that this inspires you and motivates you to focus on your preparation, stop overthinking, and let's get to it. You feel me? Like, let's just get to it, man. Again, subscribe to the podcast if you haven't. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share this episode with some of your loved ones, your friends, your business partners, colleagues, all of the above. And remember that financial success that happens on purpose, and success does not visit the lazy. God bless.